Well, the Blazing Hot 100 it is right now with the King Shovon Malcolm. It happens to be the exclusive interview, and well, today in the building I happen to be having the main man, Bebe. It's been a battle of the champions. It's just got down, and a couple of things went down on that show. But anyhow, Bebe, talk to the people first.
Yo, what's up, people? This is Bebe right here, right now. Merry Christmas, and I wish you a happy New Year. Love you. Bless.
Yes, that's what it is. But well, I'll love to talk about a few things specifically.
Yeah, man.
That is, first, tell me about the Battle of the Champions. It's just gone and concluded like a couple of weeks ago. Tell me about it.
Well, the battle was a good concert, one that was meant to, excite Ugandans and, prepared, to show our fans what kind of level we are on right now. That is Gargamel and Good Life. It was a good one. It did check my stand. It did check Radio and Weasel's stand. And according to me, it ended perfectly because it brought out more fruits, the reconciliation part. So I think it's one thing that people should look, towards.
Well, if you're talking about that show, nobody saw you probably reconciling with Radio and Weasel. How did it happen? Because on stage, you guys were at each other's neck. What happened? How did all this come down, you guys reconciling?
Yeah, it's because after the battle, you tend to appreciate how good the other person is. So after that, each person knows where they belong. So it becomes easy to reconcile, knowing it's one thing, but the other most important thing is respect. So after the battle, there was total respect for one another, and 2 days later, the managers met because the managers were happy with the event. Radio and Weasel, with the experience that I have, of course, they have less experience, but they're good. They did a good job at the battle. The managers were okay. There were no fights backstage. They did it more professional than I expected. So the road was easy to reconcile. So through the managers came into the artists, and then the idea came up that, hey, why don't you guys come over and visit me on the 26th, or why don't we do another gig on the 31st? So they were okay, they were positive, and yeah.
Okay, and well, the other question that I'll have to pose is, why always Bebe having, to battle some people? First it was you with Bobby White, and now you and Radio and Weasel.
Yes.
I'm not very sure, probably there could be another one coming through, maybe you and Chameleon. Why is it always Bebe the one to battle the other?
Well, maybe I would say I'm lucky to be the knife or the limits through which people. I think it's not because of the singers, it's because the public wants it that way. There's that moment when people always argue this person is better than this, but most people have been engaged against me.
Okay.
So I think if you want a real battle, it will definitely be those people who are rated over me or underrated or rated under me.
Why is it always you?
I mean, with the experience, with the time, the respect, everyone would want to see their dream come true. As in, most of the fans who belong to other camps would love to see Bebe being beaten musically. So of course the battle comes in where the fans are always on the side of their artist, saying, you know what, you need to disprove that guy, you need to disprove that guy. You have to be good for you to be in my position. Musically you have to be good, musically you have to be respected for you to be the guy running the thing around. Okay. So another thing is, I think the battle is based on beef.
Okay.
And all those artists that you've seen have all beefed Bebe and serious beef, not recreated beef, yeah. Serious beef. So it comes as a package, an after beef package that, if you really think you're good, and why don't we finish this on stage?
Yeah.
So Bobby Wine was a big beef. Radio and Weasel was bigger than Bobby Wine beef.
Yeah.
And Chameleon is natural beef. So they don't beef each other the way they beef with me.
Okay.
So that's how it ends up that I'm in the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, basically the other thing would be that you and Chameleon were friends.
Yeah, man.
You've been friends for quite some while.
Yeah.
And you get to see at the show, at the Battle of the Champions, when Chameleon is at the side of Radio and Weasel supporting them.
Yeah.
What happened? Before that, there was nothing really much showing that you guys had beef or something. But at that show, that's when it was clear that you probably and Chameleon have something going on. What's really going on between you and Chameleon?
Beef has been there for quite some time because he's not a person you can rely on when it comes to, being serious, friendship and stuff like that. He's a weird person. I'm not going to talk about him, but beef has been there, only that he's silent and stuff. So I wasn't surprised when I saw him. I was only surprised to see what he was, holding up. It's such a foolish act or deed to go to a concert and hold a piece of paper. You write R.I.P. so and so. He's a guy who's always associating himself with death. I was shocked. I don't know, but I'll tell you the truth. I was shocked. So being on the side wasn't a problem because they're his boys. They come from his camp. That would have been okay. But be there positively, not negatively. So little did he know that we were going to reconcile. So at the end of the day, he looked a fool.
Okay. Yeah. And basically still talking about the whole show. Do we probably see another show since you've done Bobby Wine, you've done Radio and Wizard? Is there a possibility of you probably doing Jose Chameleon or anybody else?
If he comes and asks, because right now as things go, it's always been me battling. Other people really fear to battle. It has a negative and a positive effect because at the end of the day you have to prove how good you are on the battle. It's a big sacrifice for you to say, I'm going to stand. Now, knowing these guys, knowing who I am on stage, some of them will not allow to battle me. That's why I say Reddy and Weasel were really strong to stand up and say, we're going to battle Bebe. Because they were there for Bobby Wine's battle. They saw how dangerous it can be, and you can see the after effects. The man is off the scene just because of one minor concert. It's not minor, but if you win it takes you to the next level every other time. If people say you're better than so and so, that's it. So you never know. Whoever comes, I'm ready. I'm the knife. Yeah, man.
Anyhow, still, one thing that I saw yesterday in the papers, it was basically that after the shooting that went down in 2010, I think, right?
Yeah, man.
They say that you wanted 800 million. That's what was in the papers, 800 million for compensation.
I wanted 3 billion.
3 billion?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why did you want 3 billion?
Because I make the money in the year.
Okay.
I make the money and I spend 2 years not making money. It's common sense. I make that money in a year, in a single year. Okay, I have 2 big concerts 3 big concerts. I would say look at the album launch. Okay, look at East African Carnival and look at Tondekecho. Those are just 3. But in a year, I perform more than 200 times. So that means somehow I can make the billion.
Okay.
So if you shoot me and I sleep for 1 year, what do you expect?
Okay.
So basically, it was disappointing, the judgment, but I'm just tired of rotating up and down in court.
So you're fine with the 380 million that was given to you?
It's not only 380. That's just a section of part of the money that was given to me. It amounts to more than $500 million. But the reason why I'm happy was not for the money. I'm happy because justice was served. So many people will use my case to understand that you have a right to go and fight for yourself, or don't just let people take advantage of you, police take advantage of you and stuff like that, government take advantage of you. That's the main thing that I wanted to portray to the people, that whoever you are, you have a right, you can fight this. You don't need cash money. They are good lawyers. You find a good lawyer, the case is genuine. It's not that you started the fight, the case is genuine. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to be paid, but as long as you get justice is served at the end of the day. So I'm happy with the result because the Justice Kabito showed that I'm also a human being. It's not that I'm a celebrity that I should be underlooked or underestimated. The people have this blah blah blah, but we just kids in this country, we're just people, we're human. You can't just get a gun and shoot me. Okay, so justice was served and the road has been made clear that any Ugandan who faces such a tragedy has to be compensated, or can be compensated.
Anyhow, well, any last shouts or anything? What's happening for the new year from Bebe Cool?
Yeah, of course, a lot of things are happening. I'm happy. I thank God this year has ended well. A few good things have happened. I'm happy with my new friends, Radio and Weasel.
Oh yeah.
Beef over. Beef can stress.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking positive throughout the year, you're thinking defensive.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to keep thinking productive issues, not defensive issues. So beef has its negative, it has positive, but it can break you down. So the time that I've been spending thinking on how to defend my areas against the attackers, Ready and Weasel, or the time that they have been spending thinking on how to attack Bebe or defend themselves against Bebe. Now we're gonna spend that time.
Right now is when you can sleep peacefully in bed, right? You're not thinking about another song coming out again, something and all that, right?
So we're gonna spend that time, thinking about constructive issues.
Yeah.
So there's more to come in 2014.
Okay.
It's the first year I'm gonna produce a complete reggae album.
Yeah.
And I've concentrated on my live band, the Gargamel band, and there's much more. So just before the year ends, I know we have these 2 concerts that we're going to be together.
Yeah.
Boxing Day in Chuatle, where they're coming for the first time. They'll be performing in Chuatle.
Yeah.
And then of course on 31st we close the year together at Casablanca. That's Radio Weasel Bebe Cool at Casablanca for 31st. Big fireworks for the first time.
Yeah.
So I think I should appreciate that.
And well, the last thing would be your son, that is Alpha.
Yeah.
It was, seen emceeing at some kids' event. What's going on? Is now the family telling you too that is entertainers or something like that? Because before, I remember way back, you were trying to make your boy a soccer player. But right now, he's being seen emceeing.
Yeah.
Would he probably move from a soccer player, that is, to an MC?
To tell you the truth, I'm confused a little bit because he has interest in both. But one thing I know for sure, he's a showbiz person.
Okay.
And
like
so is the little
like
guy,
that, right?
Yeah. So definitely because of my ways of life, because of what they see on TV, what they read, they would love to see, they love to do things that I do. So it's most likely he could be heading to music, but I'm very sure he's also playing soccer well.
And what did you think of him, what he did at that?
I was surprised. I mean,
were you there?
Yeah. I hit somewhere, I had a little guy, hey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, whoa, come down. But it's a good thing, I mean, to bring them up from, that age, when you're teaching them what to do, give them a chance to make a choice, give them options, then direct them well during those, times when they're doing things.
Yeah.
At 18, the guy will make a right choice of what to do in life.
Yeah.
It's not like, you have to be 35 to make a choice of what you want to be, like those days.
Yeah.
Now, a kid at 9 can make a choice at 15 when you're very sure that's going to be positive in his life.
Yeah.
So I'm proud, I was happy with the way he did his thing. Yeah.
We're going to be having Explosion coming for you. You're going to be there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to be there for the Explosion at the beach. I cannot miss that. Hope 100.
Well, that's what it is. The Blazing Hot 100 exclusive interview with the King. And, that's been the main man, Bebe Cool, on the show.